Fred Jacobs says, I have an incurable sleep disorder that my doctor has authorized the use of marijuana for, as it is one of the few things that helps. Should I pray for healing or keep taking this drug that I hate? Fred, this is a medical question that goes beyond my knowledge. So I can only speak a few principles that I would questions I would ask. What's the nature of the medication you're taking? Does it have THC, or is it just derived from marijuana? Is there a version of it that doesn't get you high? Is it getting you high? Is it making you not sober-minded, or is it in such a small dose that it's not a problem? These are all questions I would ask. Marijuana is not sinful in the sense that any use of the substance is automatically sinful, but sobriety is the rule for Christians. But even with that being the rule, like there are some conditions medically that let's set aside the marijuana issue for a second. I'm going to come back to it because people abuse that medically all the time, and my answer is going to absolutely be used by them to get what they want and do what they want and say that I approve when I don't. But they were going to do it anyway without me. So for those whose hearts are like, I just want to yield to you, God, and I want to have careful, thoughtful understanding of these issues. So sobriety is the rule for Christians. But if somebody's on their deathbed and the doctor comes and they go, hey, medically it really is, all we can do is just make them comfortable. Often what they mean by make them comfortable is give them medications that dull their senses so that they cannot perceive all the pain that they're in. And I approve of that. There's a hint possibly at this in Proverbs where she talks, it's she, because it's Agur's mom, I think it is, talking there. Proverbs 30, is it, or 29? And she talks about don't fall into strong drink. It's very dangerous, but give it to him who is perishing. And there may be a case there to support the idea that there's medicinally, there are sometimes the exceptions to the rule. Unfortunately, though, while I do think that's the case, medicinally, there's sometimes the exceptions to the rule about even what seems like sobriety. This doesn't mean you can just get drunk because you don't feel good, or because people get addicted to medications all the time. Doctors definitely over-medicate all the time. I go to the doctor even nowadays, and I'll start telling them my symptoms, and the first thing they do is write a prescription, and then I ask them, but do you have any preventative measures I can take? Are there healthy lifestyle choices I can make? And I kid you not, it's like the doctors never even thought about it. It's never even occurred to them that there might be other options other than the medication. From my perspective, from my experience with doctors, it's as though they've been trained to medicate everything, whereas I really want to first move towards lifestyle choices. Or is there a less invasive thing? Is there a less strong medication? Is there a more natural thing? I want those questions to be answered first. And everybody I've known personally who smokes pot for medicinal purposes, smokes pot in particular, didn't need it. And they just got a license to do it because they wanted it. Everybody I know personally, that was the case. But that doesn't mean that it's the case for everybody. And medically speaking, I can't tell you how bad it is to take a pill form of this or whatever, and whether you even need THC in it or not. I don't know. I'm not qualified. But hopefully some of those things give you some godly counsel, I hope, and pray, man. Tough stuff.